Hello to my viewers. This is Teacher Jane, Miss Jane. My students in Asia would call me Teacher Jane, and I am a teacher of ESL, English as a Second Language, and also of reading comprehension. And getting the journey of teaching online and creating my videos, my teaching videos, so I hope all of you enjoy. I have some lessons here on the reading comprehension, and the whole point of reading comprehension is to be able to read the article and then to be able to comprehend what the details and what the main idea is about. And there are many other aspects of reading comprehension, but start slowly and just I add to it. So anyway, this article is on Katherine Johnson. And Katherine Johnson is a very important figure in history. Again, I don't want to read it to you, but hit on the main points. She was important for a few different reasons. Not only was she a woman working in what would normally be a traditionally male field, but she was also an African American. And there's a point to this, and you'll find out. For speaking to the readers, you'll find out. When Katherine she began working for NASA, African American people were treated as if they were not equal. Issues then, and I think some issues today with things like that. But anyway, and she led the way in showing what women and African American people could achieve. She led the way on that. She was born, it says, in 1918 in West Virginia, and she had in her life a skill with numbers. Her skill was the skill that she had was the skill that she had with numbers was very clear. She began high school at 10 years old, and at 14, she went to study at West Virginia State College. That's amazing. And in college, she studied the two subjects of mathematics and French. And then she graduated in high school. Graduated with high honors. Almost reading it wrong myself. With high honors in 1937, and she went on to teach school in Virginia. At a school in Virginia. 1939, she was one of 3 African American students chosen to attend the West Virginia University in the early 1900s. And that's another special aspect. 1900s, it was very uncommon for women to go to university, and especially being of African American descent. She took a break to raise her daughters, and then she returned to teaching. And then she began working, this is another one, for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, in the 1950s. And she impressed her supervisor so much that within 2 weeks of starting the job, she was asked to work on a special project about space flight research. And it shares in the article about what that was about, studying data from test flight into space, and investigation on those things. And then in the 1950s, the United States and Russia began to compete in a space race, and she was asked for her mathematical skills for different calculations and research. And all of that entailment, this was a very big responsibility, and they asked her to do it. Because if her calculations were wrong, the astronauts could have died. So that was a major thing in her life. And it says during her successful career, she participated in a lot of things, co-wrote 26 papers, and the calculations for things. And then in 1986, after 35 years of working at NASA, she retired, and there's a picture of her. Um, and then 2015, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Barack Obama. And this medal is given to people who help America progress in the world. In 2016, a building at NASA was named after her. It was the Silver Snoopy Award, and this is given to those who've made outstanding contribution to flight safety and mission success. And then eventually she did die in 2020, and she led the way for women and African Americans in the fields of space and mathematics. This article is rather inspirational to see the talent of people and that keep persevering, keep pursuing, and overcoming obstacles, and you will make it. And I like this, and I think it's good for anybody, young learners and older learners. So that is the Life of Katherine Johnson, and that is this lesson. I really try not to read it word for word, but I do want to hit on the details of the articles of the stories because those details make up the whole article. So, and there you go for that one. Until next time, thank you. Bye bye.